everyone. Minister James here. I want to talk to you all briefly about a topic in which a lot of times we're not even aware about what we do and what we make as idols. The topic I'm talking about is idolatry. Yes, idolatry. And some of you out there might be asking yourself, what does he mean by that? Well, I'm glad you asked. So, let's get into it. You know, the Bible tells us in Exodus 20, verse 3, thou shalt have no other gods before me. I repeat, thou shalt have no other gods before me. And what I'm going to read here is taken from this Sabbath School Quarterly here. Just want to read you something briefly, where it reads, an idol is something that replaces God, and even though we know it is not right, we still worship it, often repeatedly. It captures our imagination, affection, time, and mind more than it does God. It can even enslave our thinking. In fact, we become what we behold, and we will rise no higher than whatever God we serve. You all still with me? If God is not at the center of your life, then other gods will fill his place. If we do not enjoy and cultivate God's living presence, we will enjoy and devote our lives to something or someone else. What we substitute for Christ may have different appearances. Now listen up, listen carefully. Pride, self-centeredness, money, power, sex, food, TV, drugs, alcohol, impure thoughts, pornography, pleasures, work, sports, family, video games, films, shopping, ideas, politics, music, position, titles, grades, and so forth. And the list goes on. And I want to add a couple more. It could be your car. It can also be your cell phone. That could become a god. We are very creative and inventive in this regard. We can turn anything that is good, beautiful, and meaningful into an idol. Idolatry is extremely dangerous because it transforms our personality, our way of thinking, our affections, and our social life. It changes our identity, replaces genuine personal relationships with hollow and ultimately meaningless interactions that in the end cannot save us. So as you see, a lot of things we can turn into an idol. And let me just share something with you in my experience right quick. I remember years ago, I had a 93 Nissan convertible sports car. And my attraction to that car was, was real sporty, nice looking. But guess what? The car was flashy, and I'm just, want to be seen in this car because, that was a thing in terms of showing that I had something good, nice, sporty. But at the times, that can become an idol. We can make that an idol. So we have to be very careful. And let me tell you what happened. I had that car, and I remember one day a storm came up when I was in the house. I was inside the garage door, and a huge storm came up. And do you know, a huge tree, fell from out the side of the woods onto the side of my house. And part of that tree limb went through the garage wall. It wasn't totally brick, but it went through the garage wall, and part of that limb hit the side of the car and near the rear and pushed that car to the side. I was fine. The tree didn't come near me, but it damaged that vehicle. And the insurance company, of course, they totaled it, and I got it fixed again. So I recall driving around the Beltway on 95. There was a truck on my left side. So I went around the truck, heading on down the Beltway. The next thing I knew, from out of nowhere, that truck made contact with the side of my vehicle on my side. I guess he must have hit the tire or something, but I spun out on the Beltway in reverse, going backwards. And the only thing I can see is this truck coming towards me. But he swerved out the way, and I saw all the cars stop on the beltway. And I was going backwards, and the back of my car hit the Jersey wall. I was fine, but that car was total. So I didn't get it fixed, I let it go. So I say all to say is, a lot of times we can make things our idols and not even aware of it. And we have to be very careful, because God is a jealous God. And we cannot make things our idol, because that is in itself a sin. So I want to drop that on you all today. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe to my channel also on YouTube, and follow for more. Take care and be blessed.